If you can paint in hyper-realistic watercolor, you can paint anything. Hey everybody, I'm Zara with Watercolor Wizardry, and today I wanted to share with you why I started Watercolor Wizardry Academy with hyper-realistic watercolor for beginners. Now, a lot of people think that beginners should avoid realism, especially hyper, because it's too difficult. But I think it's actually one of the easier things to learn, and it teaches beginners very, very important things right off the bat. Hyperrealism will train you to be very observant of your reference image, of what you're doing on your paper, and how the medium behaves on the paper. With hyper, you get immediate feedback right away with what you're doing. So it teaches you right away. So that immediate feedback teaches you mastery a lot faster. And that skill transfers to any medium you want to learn. It doesn't matter if you're doing oils or pencils or pastels. That high level of observation with the reference image being transferred to your canvas and the medium's behavior, that level of observation, because you don't want to, make a mistake. And watercolor has a mind of its own. That high level of observation will transfer to any medium, anything you want to do in the art world. Now, because watercolor, or basically any hyper level of thing that you're doing, requires such a high focus and observation, you're gonna get good at color matching a lot faster than any other style, I think. Because you're required to match your reference as closely as possible to relay that realism feel and that look. So you're gonna learn color matching a lot faster. Also, the values, which is the darker, lighter, the level of the color is. So that's separate from the color of something. You're going to learn water control right away. You'll understand what too much water is, your pigment to water ratio. So there's a lot of things that you're going to learn a lot faster with this style, and the range of techniques that you're going to learn is a lot more, I feel, in hyper, because of the different textures that you're going to have to be able to translate into, your painting. I think it has the most range. It forces you to be the most focused, and it just teaches you skills, a lot of the skills that you would want if you're into realism. And point number 3, the reason why I started with the hyper is because I love it. It's my love for it. And I want to share that. It makes me excited. I love what ends up, like the illusion. I even talked about this in the last live stream. We just started with a rosebud. And when I get to that point where I can see where it could look real, I think it's cool. And the illusion of it is amazing to me. And that's actually why I called it Watercolor Wizardry, because first of all, to be able to handle watercolor is wizardry on its own. But to be able to relay realism with watercolor is like insane. And so that's why I called it Watercolor Wizardry, and why I started it in Watercolor Wizardry Academy. It's my favorite things to do and my favorite thing to teach because I'm so excited about it. And believe it or not, it's the style I started with. And that's why I know that it's not hard. It's easy for beginners because I did it. That was the first thing that I started with. First style that I started with, because it excited me the most. So that's what's important as well. It's not about where you start or what skills you have or what techniques you know. None of that. None of that makes you a better artist or whatever. None of that. It's what excites you. That's what people want to see, and what people want to see from you, that you're excited about this thing and you're showing this thing, and this is you. This is your thing. Yeah. I think hyper-realism is the most range, the most you're gonna learn, the fastest you're gonna learn also. Of course, that depends on how much you do it. But what's even more important than that is how excited are you to do it? Because if you're just doing it for the sake of gaining the skills, yeah, you'll get through it, but it's not going to be so fun. And it's going to feel like work. But if you're into it because of the excitement of just anything about it, if you're excited about the skill level, achieving that, if you're excited about anything about it, that's going to keep you going and that's going to keep it fun. And if you want a space to learn hyper-realistic, consider joining Watercolor Wizardry Academy. There's a wait list right now in the description. Sign up so that you know right away when it opens. That's it for today. In the next video, we're going to talk even more about hyper-realistic, what other skills it teaches you that are not so seen. Some skills, some more personal skills that it teaches you. We'll share that in the next video, which will be right here. The next video will be right here. I will see you next time. Okay, bye.